viewer who lives near Resurrection Life Fellowship Church in Paradise says that it's turned into a homeless haven. News 3 investigating whether the unhoused live on the property and if they are in fact allowed to do so. Now, there are some tough legal questions at play here tonight.
Yeah, those include, as you're talking about, whether homeless people are even legally allowed to live on that property. News 3's Will Silverstein joins us here in the studio. He's been looking for the answers to these questions.
Well, Jim, nobody told us on the property that they are homeless when we were speaking to folks today. But that said, one person indicated that they do watch over the property for its owner. We do talk to this man in the story, but this Revival Church is quite a spectacle. You can't miss it driving up and down East Russell Road in Paradise, just east of Mountain Vista. But one News 3 viewer is concerned that everything going on at Resurrection Life Fellowship might not be legal.
I like when they preach that the real Bible.
Resurrection Life Fellowship worshiper TJ Pele is a big fan of the big tent revival that just popped up on 4512 East Russell Road within the last year. Pele hoping the church brings in new worshipers for their 3 days a week series of services.
We're in the last days. You know, Jesus is coming back, and I hope that people will stop by and hear the word, you know.
But not everyone hopes the Big Tent attracts a rabid congregation. A viewer and neighbor to the Big Tent in Paradise tells News 3 that the church brings in several homeless to its service and then into that surrounding neighborhood. The lot, quote, blasting music during services and becoming trash-filled, impacting the community. We asked Pele about the accusations from our viewer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about complaints or anything, but I don't know. I just give it up to God and just mind my business.
When News 3 arrived on scene, the lot was not covered in trash like the viewer suggested, but its adjacent lot had some garbage. While there is a fence in between the two properties, that adjacent lot does look like it could be part of the same property as Resurrection Life Fellowship. They have different owners. We also reached out to the Revival Lot's owner, Harold Urbacher, about those viewer accusations. We did not receive comment.
He's very helpful. He buys gas for the generator, you know, he takes care of the place and stuff like that. And
Harold is a reverend, and he's a good Christian guy.
TJ and Ronnie Russell are talking about Urbacher, who Russell says does a ton for homeless people in Paradise.
Harold will go out and try to find people out in the street to help them, bring them here, buy them clothes, buy them food, buy them McDonald's, whatever they need. And he always says it's given to him from God.
Russell's stopping short of saying Urbacher houses homeless people on his property, which, if that were true, that could be against the law.
He's like really doing God's work and trying to help people. You know, he really has the heart of Jesus to help people.
And like we said earlier, when we were there, we did not see anyone camping on the lot. However, as to whether people can live on the property, we don't know for sure. The property is zoned for commercial general use, which would prohibit people living on the lot, but it's also planned for corridor mixed use, meaning future development could eventually allow people to live on the property. And kind of this interesting last wrinkle of the situation is you see that RV there. There's another set of interesting specifications that allows people to live on commercial properties if they're in the RV. Not clear if they're met in this particular situation.
Okay, you've been learning a lot about land use law today,
Yes.
it sounds like. All right, Will,
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Now to this, following up on our recent stories in Paradise Palms, a News 3 crew revisited the community with the vacant lot that neighbors say is often occupied by homeless people. Clark County leaders say they prefer routine cleanup checks of the property. Last Thursday, they said that they would clean the property in around a week. Well, our crew saw zero change between last Thursday's visit and today's visit of the property. Metro Police now